Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This time we're going to take a look at one of the lesser remembered villains of Star Wars, and he was one of the first villains we ever saw on screen in the prequels saga. That being Nute Gunray, leader of the Trade Federation, the Viceroy himself. Now, Nute Gunray is not some epic, legendary villain of Star Wars. He's pretty much your typical kind of dim-witted bad guy that's just a pawn in the greater scheme of things. You know, his motivations are kind of based on his own agenda and what he's trying to accomplish. And the thing that's interesting about him is, yes, he can be intimidating, and obviously, the Nemoidians as a species are very alien-looking and very, very much Star Wars. They have a very interesting and unique design. I think his appearance was pretty cool to begin with. But, speaking to the greater story of Star Wars, this is someone that really kind of finds himself way in over his head as the movies go on, and he realizes, in a way, you've kind of made a deal with the devil. You've got your cause that you're trying to do, but then you see these Sith starting to show up, and this war breaks out, and you realize you've really gotten yourself pretty deep into this, and there's no going back from it. At the end of the day, Nute Gunray's kind of a coward. He hides behind the scenes and, like I said, tries to stand up on his own, but he knows, in that hierarchy, he has no real power. He's constantly having to answer to Darth Sidious and Darth Maul, Count Dooku, General Grievous. He's never the top guy in charge. He's just, he's a figurehead. He's a figurehead for the Separatist cause, for the Trade Federation, and I don't think he never really expands beyond that. He doesn't have a big role in the movies, but again, he's just kind of there to give a face to the separatist movement. And like I said, he in theory was the quote-unquote main antagonist of the Phantom Menace, if you don't count Darth Maul, but yeah, everybody remembers Darth Maul. No one really remembers Nute Gunray. I hate to say it, but he is cool. And, the Trade Federation and their part in the war and how they were ultimately led to be deceived in the same way that the Republic was, is a key part of the entire, lesson of the prequels about manipulation and how division can lead to being conquered and things of that nature. For what it's worth, he stood on his own until the end. He didn't flip-flop. He didn't try to betray his cause. He was loyal to his cause all the way up until his death, when he finally realized that yes, he was only a pawn in the greater game. So we're going to give Nute Gunray a 6.5 out of 10. Like I said, he's not the coolest villain or the most interesting character we've gotten in Star Wars, but, for what he is, he gives a good face, a good representation to that era of time with the Phantom Menace and learning about the Trade Federation and what they're doing. So, yes, 6.5 out of 10 for old Nute Gunray, and that's going to be all I got for you this time. I appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button. That would be much appreciated. And as always, may the Force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.